Hello and welcome to another video! T-shirt tales number 3! Let's go into the box and see what we got. There's no particular order. I just grabbed this first box, opened it up and started. Okay, we have a t-shirt here. Black Flies, Dancers Rule. I have zero recollection. I ended up with this shirt. I don't really know how I ended up with that shirt, but it's a pretty cool shirt. Dancers are pretty freaking cool sometimes. Again, I don't know where this shirt came from. This might be another one from, this might be one from my my ex-partner. He might have bought me this shirt. All I ever wear is just black t-shirts, so if somebody buys me a fancy t-shirt, it just becomes okay. The Mustang Ranch. The Mustang Ranch. That is, oh yeah. How did I end up there? Oh, okay. This is a hell of a story. So, this was actually the first time I ever went to Vegas. So this would have been like 98, I think. So I go down there, and I had some friends at the time that were mainly a friend at the time. Raptus? Yeah, I can't remember it. So he was a gambling fanatic, right? I mean, he was gambling like insane, like 50,000. He'd go down and win 50. He'd go down and lose 30 and win. You know, it was like huge money. I don't remember exactly what he was playing, but this guy was like a chess whiz. He was actually the dude that was selling me weed for quite a few years when I was in my glass blowing phase, right? So I was killing it with the whole Canadian smuggling thing, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to Vegas, right? And so I had like I don't even remember, like $5,000 or $7,000 or something like that on me. And then, so I go down there to Vegas, right? And I'd never been there, and it was just like, holy cow. So the first thing that I wanted to do was walk down the strip. So I've always been kind of athletic. You know, I rode a bike only for years when I lived in downtown Portland. So, you know, walking long distances, like when I was a kid, I had to freaking just huge commutes as a kid. And I ended up walking so walking long distances has always just kind of been, you know, what I do. Well, so now I'm in Vegas and I'm walking down the sidewalk, you know, and it's like all these guys are handing me these freaking brochures, and I'm just like, yeah, right on, you know, it's like, it was like from, it was girls, and I don't remember specifically what was with the girls, right? So I'm cruising down the street, I'm having a good time, I'm drinking, I'm going in freaking casinos and getting drinks, and then just trucking down the road, like what you do in Vegas, right? So I go into a camera shop, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna buy a camera, right? And cameras were kind of taboo back then. Like, there's not many photos of me from those years because it's like identification. You know, I'm a weed smuggler, weed dealer. You know, I don't want, you know, them having a bunch of photos. Hey, this guy, we're looking for this guy, type of thing, right? So cameras were really, and I grew up with cameras, taking photos, enjoying it. Drunk, see a camera store, go in there. Okay. I'm in there and I'm looking for just, you know, a camera, right? And I end up getting some little camera that takes, this is 98, right, ish, maybe 99, maybe 97, 98, probably 98. So this is still like film. I think it was some kind of like camera that could take bigger pictures. I don't remember all the details, but I got this video camera, and these guys at the camera shop were like, hey, so there's been a recall on this video camera because it sees through clothing. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, and we're supposed to send it back, but we could just say we sold it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. So I end up dropping like $2,700 or something like that in this camera shop, right? And I'm still trucking around with all these darn girl, whatever, the fucking flyers with the girls, the little booklets full of girls. Like, I don't even remember what, maybe it was like prostitutes or massage, or I don't even remember. I just remember that I was like, wow, they're just giving me, you know? So I've got a bag. I'm walking down the street. I'm pretty, pretty buzzing, having a good time. And I walk into a casino. Like, I'm getting like to the point, I didn't make it all the way to the end, and I'm kind of getting a little worn out on walking. I mean, it's been quite a ways. You know, I started at like the Mandalay Bay, which is all the way on the, like the west end maybe? And I was all the way down. I wasn't to the stratosphere all the way. I was down to like, I don't remember. It's like a giant lighted bubble over the parking lot. Anyway, I get in there and this cab driver's like scoops me up, right? And this dude, he's like, I like Coke so much that I moved to Colombia, the country, right? So this, I'm like, well, we're fucking, I'm partying there, and I'm like, well, what? And he's like, you want to go? You know what? I'm telling the wrong story. This is the story of the chicken ranch, not the Mustang ranch. Dope! I don't have a chicken ranch t-shirt, I don't think. So anyway, yeah, I just realized the Vegas. So anyway, I jumped in the guy's cab and I went to the chicken ranch, and now I'm going to cut this story short because this story will be, told at some other time when it's appropriate for the right t-shirt. But now I am thinking that, yes. So on that trip to Vegas, on the way back, I'm pretty sure, they were like, well, there's a big layover waiting in Reno. And so I think, oh, I'm just going to grab dinner and a good beer. So I jump out. The plane leaves without me. Now I'm stuck in Reno. That's when I went to the Mustang Ranch. The Mustang Ranch is closed and had like a bunch of drama, right? So it was like on the way out, right? And I went there, had the there's like bars in those places. The Chicken Ranch in Vegas was the same kind of thing. It's like a bar, but then there's, it's just like maybe another guy in the bar and then a bunch of girls, and you can do, you can buy the girls, right? It's that simple. Mustang Ranch was, I think it actually had a like some crazy things went down with the Mustang Ranch, with like the taxes or the freaking something. I don't remember exactly the story behind that. I know it's shut down, and this is probably, this shirt might have some collector's value to it, to be honest. I mean, I've literally never worn it out. So, that's funny though. I started telling the wrong story, but it technically it was the right story because it was just like, it was all in that Vegas trip, right? So I went down to Vegas. The first night basically is the story that I was telling. This was like the last night. So there's a section of that Vegas story that I did not tell. Now I might have actually told that entire story down in my autobiography playlist. It's possible. If not, at some point I'll check in. But that story is all but told. I mean, basically I got the cab driver. He hooked me up. We went to the chicken ranch. I was at the chicken ranch for hours having a blast. And then we went back to, he drove me, he waited the whole freaking time. And he drove, and it's like an hour and a half drive out of Vegas, if I remember right. And I mean, I was drinking in the cab, and we were friggin' snorting lines of coke off the dash of the cab. I mean, it was friggin' rock star shit. It was a blast. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the story that I started to tell. I mean, there's not much further. There's more to the whole like Vegas trip that obviously, I mean, it was like a 3 or 4 day trip. So the last day though, and I literally was sleeping. So I went to the Mustang ranch and was there for, you know, however long I was there, hung out. And it was just, nah. The chicken ranch I think was nicer, higher quality girls. So I didn't stay there long. And I ended up having to sleep in the Reno airport. And I woke up like every 5 minutes like, oh, is my plane already here and gone? Oh, is my plane here? Like a nightmare type thing, you know? And then I got back and, they ended up spending on that trip, I believe like $12,000 in 4 days. So yeah, fully rock star trip to Vegas. Ended up with the t-shirt and a good video. Peace. Like, subscribe, check out my other playlists if you like videos, and have a great day.